destroy my phone. Okay, guess I can't. Anyway, doing my best. Hurt my shoulder in the gym a couple of weeks ago, and I'm trying to get my range of motion back. I'm at Orchard Beach. It was raining. Just trying to build the strength in my shoulder. I messed up my shoulder in the gym. I wasn't even lifting heavy, and then something like popped. So I dislocated it, but I don't think I did. I should go to the doctor, but you know how men are. Especially after the stuff for the last 3 years. I don't have too much trust in it. So, just out here trying to a little exercise. For the camera purposes, I'm not that far away. I'm also trying to get a YouTube following. That's why I'm here. In between trying to make $1. Come to Orchard Beach. Those little greenish blue Spalding ball. I'm not going to stay out here too long. I did this the other day, and I did seem to help my range of motion. For those of you who have cars, I remember about 2 weeks ago, I tried to reach back into the back of my car to get some paperwork or something. I couldn't do it. Very, very painful. But after doing this for a while, it seems to be getting a little better. For those of you that care, hope somebody sees this. Anyway, keep on putting out content until people start watching. I have like 80 followers now, 80. Grateful for that. The channel used to be called My Site. Now it is the Naked Coffee Channel. And I changed it to Naked Coffee because one day somebody brought me coffee and that person was naked. Fish card. So that's a nice name for a channel. So rainy. It's probably not that cold. I was probably around 50 degrees in New York City. Today is December 1st, 2023. I remember coming out here years ago with my then spouse and her brother. It was pretty cool. He was a little kid at this time. Now he's grown with children and grandchildren of his own. I believe he lives down south. I remember he said he didn't think I liked him because I was the way I was playing with him, joking. He was real cool. I won't tell you his name. Make sure I have my car keys. It's not even 4 o'clock yet, I don't think, and it's getting dark already. I guess it's gonna get, was that 1 minute a day till it turns into winter, the winter solstice. And days start getting longer. Still getting shorter every day. I guess stay out here too long. This is Friday. And Friday traffic, I usually don't make too much money because I don't have patience for traffic in New York City. It's going to get worse. I believe with the congestion pricing that is coming into effect, been signed into law or whatever already. And I think next year, don't quote me on that, next year in March, I think it goes into effect, something like that. And anything below 60th Street in Manhattan, they're going to start charging fees. It's going to be a mess. And I don't know why. They say it's for transit. So that people that ride the trains let them pay their own bills. And I get on the train or the bus, which is rare, I know. When I do, I pay my own bill, pay whatever it is that I need to pay. But I don't believe in that. Taxing. They're trying to squeeze every last bit of money out of people. Even the Jersey governor, Murphy, seems like he's a nice guy. He doesn't like that congestion pricing. It's not good for his constituents. I don't blame him. Not good for New Yorkers either. The TA, Transit Authority in New York City, doesn't handle their money too well. And they always want more money. They can't handle their books. Coming from a guy who used to work for them. I was an employee of the Transit Authority for a number of years, and even my dad was employed for them for decades before I came on, of course. So as an organization, of course, my heart is inclined to them, but they're squeezing and squeeze the people, where they mismanage them. I get on the airplane, if I go to American Airlines and they charge me a certain amount, I have to pay it. Nobody's subsidizing my trip. If anybody wants to subsidize my trip, I'll gladly take it. I'll gladly take it. The arm feels real good. Watch that pain. I pain in my shoulder, down my right arm. No, I'm not having a heart attack. I think they even raised the tolls on the DW bridge again, or talking about it. It's like $15 or more. Make millions of dollars. And I know the bridges and tunnels and things need to be maintained. But it's too much. Too much here. People having a hard time buying groceries. That's my left. A lot of planes over here because we're on the glide path to LaGuardia. It's got the runway. I have a few videos of them landing. I really like aviation. So this is handball therapy for me. That's what I call it. As I get older. Stay a little active. I go to the gym today, but they have a Christmas party in the gym, which is in another section of the gym, but I don't want to be part of that. Go home, watch some TV. I was about to say King of the Hill. I like King of the Hill, but King of Queens became mine. You don't see that. King of Queens came on. Let's just watch it during the height of the pandemic. They were showing it like 24 hours. I had never seen that show because when it came on, its regular time, when they were playing it during its duration, I was working. I never saw that show in my life, although I heard about it. It's real funny. Good show. my favorite shows are, going back in time, The Odd Couple, shows you my age, The Odd Couple, The Honeymooners, I'm not that old, but that's a syndication, and Star Trek, the original Star Trek, the original series. When I was a young man, they used to come on, my 3 favorite shows used to come on in a row. It was, make sure nobody's behind this wall going to mug me or something. I am in New York City. My favorite shows are, I told you my favorite shows, but when I was a kid, like around 20 years old, I consider that a kid. They came on like this. I think it was Odd Couple, then The Honeymooners, then an hour of Star Trek. So it'd be like 11 to 12 in the morning. Odd Couple, then The Honeymooners, then another hour for Star Trek. So it'd be to 1 o'clock in the morning. We were watching those things. And I remember I had an old girlfriend, and I had an argument with her on the phone, and I really for the first time, I put her in her place. Still running. Anyway, I'll keep going. I put her in her place and I hung up the phone. My father happened to be in the area, but he didn't say anything. He went to his bed. I was still living at home. And I felt really good. Then it was about time for my favorite shows to come on, and it did. And that was like the best night of my life. I was comfortable. I put her in her place. I don't think I was smoked after that, and that was fine. Moving. That was like the best night of my life. I had a good job. I was still living at home, but I had a good job. I didn't have any wife or kids at the time. No responsibilities. I didn't have to pay rent. Just go to work, and it was great. I probably was off the next day too. So it was just a good night. I won't tell you the year. It was. Anybody who's watching this probably wasn't even alive yet. It was during the 80s, so that shows you a little bit of my age. It was during the 80s. Now to me, the 80s was like yesterday. Saying that the 80s was just like yesterday is like my parents saying to them the 30s or 40s was just like yesterday. My parents are both gone. Rest in peace. The 80s is like yesterday. It's like that thing with my brother-in-law was just a kid at the time. My brother-in-law at the time was just a kid at the time. He, when we came here, I remember that. That was in the 80s. He wasn't even my brother-in-law yet. Just hanging out. Good time, you know? And I was a young man, and he probably looked up to me. I actually took him to work a couple of times. Just rambling. Feels real good, if anybody cares. Going to go a little harder. Still can't catch the jab. Oh, my favorite YouTube channels, since you asked. I like ABL. He usually does it live, I think, on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So tomorrow, I'll be watching him, God willing. I like this guy that's in Florida. His name is, his program is Sarasota Tim. He's fairly new, but he's pretty cool. Just a regular guy. And he talks about his life and Miss Tammy. I like Sarasota Tim. Benny Johnson, politics. Comes on 11 in the morning. I think he does it live most weekdays, 11 in the morning to 12 or 12:30, whatever. Or a bunch of others. Can't think of it. Who else do I like? YouTube. Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow comes on live, or whenever I see he has something that comes on, I basically stop whatever I'm watching. All the others, and no offense against all the others, but I stop what I'm doing and I watch Pastor Dow. He's out of Tennessee. sometimes has it live on Friday nights at 8 o'clock, more or less, Eastern time. And that's tonight, because tonight is a Friday. I'll try to watch him. See how dark it's getting already? It's cloudy, but it's also getting dark. Ominous. Pastor Dahl he's a pastor, of course. I'm listening for my echo. I was saying somebody else playing here, but he's out of Tennessee. He's on a community. People get together, put their resources together, and build together. He has a whole lot of land, and he has different areas where they've not separated, but they've started other communities in different parts of the country. They grow their own food, have their own animals, they hunt, go out to the world when they have to, where they're basically on it. I'd like to meet him. Go down there. Maybe one day I'll get to meet him. I listen to Vincent Rhodes, comes on in the morning. He's also a pastor. Probably a little different. He's more a traditional Christian pastor. While Pastor Dahl is, I guess you consider him, he's like an Israelite. But not of the kind you may think of. He just like follows the Bible, and anybody who in his teaching, anybody who's natural born Israelite, or what else, or you can be grafted in. I think Pastor Dahl. There's no exclusion with as well as other people name. Because there are people of all kinds in his congregation. It's starting to rain. Can't afford to get my phone wet, so that'll be it. If you watch this and enjoy it, thank you. Make it Coffee Channel later.